Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I'm having nightmares right now.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses, big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Big bath to be on. Nothing says football like scented soap.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Oh, welcome in a beautiful Friday here on the First Coast. It's the second round of the Masters. We're looking at that leaderboard, and some guys are holding up right now. We'll see what the rest of the afternoon delivers to us on the beautiful grounds of Augusta National. So we got plenty to get into today. We'll be looking at everything that's going on up there. But this time in a couple of weeks, there will be a first-round pick already on the books for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe even another first-rounder if they decide to trade back in. But 2 weeks from tonight, they will be making a second-round pick with that sound right there, and then 2 third-round picks if it plays out the way the draft board currently looks. So we definitely got to throw some draft talk at you today, that's for sure. And then some spring football, because we're going in, Matt. We're going into this weekend with, I don't know, like there's curtains that are going to be placed. You know how you have the injury tent now that's on the sidelines because they all of a sudden realized they didn't want anyone watching and seeing what the injuries look like, and they'd walk them into the tent. Basically, they're putting a tent over these spring games. They don't want anybody to see them. At least that's what's happening for the most part. Orchestrated drills, just whatever. Not the spring game that we grew up and loved.
Or what Rich Rodriguez is doing in West Virginia, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is he's literally playing all like the 4th, 5th walk-on guys. That's their spring game.
It's so weak. It really is. And even
He's playing
all
walk-on
scrubs,
guys.
man. He's playing the scrubs.
That's just whack.
That's
It really is
disgusting,
whack.
bro.
And Leon, when you guys were playing for spots going into the
competing.
summer, right?
That's what the spring game was for. But you were competing.
Yeah, but his point is they already competed the 14 previous practices.
Yeah.
15 practices.
it's just-
Oh, I
is what
get it.
is.
He's
But
just
it's-
being paranoid.
Yeah,
the
they all
coaches
are.
being
There's no
paranoid.
doubt they all are.
No, I love spring games. I mean, because listen, you have to compete. You ones against ones against twos, whatever, and you go through all the parameters of starting at the 20, starting at the red zone, goal line, short yardage. It was fun. But now it wasn't that fun because we were going up against our defense.
Right.
It was like top 5 every
And you were
season.
knocking heads. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
But
were
listen,
no one sitting in your
oh
pregame.
no, but I'm telling you, that defense was built my temperament because I hated them so much. It contributed to my game
With
plan.
good reason,
Yeah, with good
right?
reasons, absolutely. So yeah, I hate that they get they're sheltering the spring games because I remember the fans used to circle around the field and come and watch the game. Man, it was fun.
Yeah, and it was kind of that annual pilgrimage after you see all your, whoever it might be, your tailgate buddies, your ticket holders that you sit next to, whatever it is, you'd have that one shot off season to go back, set up your tailgate, have a good time, see what maybe the future looks like for most, and then you go right back to your regular world, and then you start yearning for that first Saturday in September
They used
or
to get
late
like
off.
40, 50,000 Gainesville for those games.
Yeah.
They get like 20 now if they're lucky.
Right, and really, you go to the Garnet and Gold game, you can go to the Orange and Blue, you can G Day, A Day, on and on and on. And we had a texter yesterday say that they're not even streaming anything for Georgia, and Kirby's just like, turn out the lights. Let's not have everybody. You're gonna have to come see it because we ain't gonna show it to anybody
Okay,
else.
so what about the legends? They used to play in the game. Do they get to come to the game and watch it?
I'm sure, but what are they
bro.
watching?
I don't know. I mean, if we got walk-ons and fifth-string players, they ain't coming to see that.
No. And like I did like Dion's idea. Let's have joint practices, and then a joint game. I like that. I thought it had potential, but
That's where they'll get eventually.
yeah, maybe.
Well, they will because then they can sell that.
Yeah.
If they can sell something and TV will pay for it,
There you
they'll
go.
do it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the other half of it. They can sell that
And
idea.
ESPN will just eat that up.
Yeah.
A package of like, I don't know, 25 or 30 Power 4 spring
Right.
practices / games. Oh, my gosh. They could get a lot of money for that. A lot.
Now, they're going to have rules to these spring games, like can't touch the quarterback.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Can't tackle to the ground.
Kind of like what we see
Yeah.
in training camp.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
but I'm just saying
That'd be
because
fine.
when
With
you
the
got
NFL.
when you got two different teams playing against each other, it's different with your teammate because but when you got two different teams going at each other like that, it's gonna get a little heated, bro.
Yeah, but it still
It's
has
gonna get a little heated.
it
which I
still
like.
has
I like the
potential
heat.
just as far as something that hasn't been done in the college game. But the joint practices, which we like, in the NFL. When the Bucs came into town, that was an extra treat. And no one was hitting the quarterback, but you were knocking heads and you were at least sizing up both sides.
Oh, yeah, but I told you the Tony Dungy story, right? When they came to scrimmage us, my ankle was hurt, right? So I wasn't able to practice. So they're about to go out there, and then Tony Dungy comes to me and said, "Sirs," he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "My ankle, coach. I'm not gonna be able to practice." He said, "Oh man." Tony Dungy said, "Oh man, we wanted a piece of that ass."
Tony Dungy?
That's what he said. That's what he said to me, and I looked. I was like, "Okay, coach." Yeah, he whispered it to me.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
So spring football is not like it was when you were around, and there's a couple of other things that are not as they were in your era. Hit it, JJ.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So we brought this up yesterday as of that, and it continues. You now have a holdout, a potential holdout in a spring game that will take place tomorrow. And according to 24/7 Sports, Nico up in Tennessee, which Pete Nakos he was the first one to report that Iamaleava was having a contract dispute, okay? And now he's holding out, did not attend the practice today ahead of the orange and white spring game tomorrow. It is comical. We now have athletes that are going to hold out on their own campus in a contract dispute after, if we go back in time, he was the reported $8 million deal before he ever even walked onto the campus at the University of Tennessee when his recruitment came out. That was the big story.
Yeah, he's holding out, and they're feeding him and sheltering him as well.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So Iamaleava is sitting out there, and right now, the last version of Nico that we saw up against Ohio State, it didn't look pretty. It did not look pretty. And I don't know who has the others by the short hairs, but I guess it's him. But Josh Heupel cannot be happy about that at all.
Well, Nico has all the leverage.
Yeah.
Like Tennessee has none. Literally none.
And by the way, just and timing is everything. He waited till the end of spring.
So here's the deal. He technically, it's by law, by SEC, bylaw, BYLAW, one word bylaw.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot transfer to another SEC school in the spring portal.
Yeah.
You'd have to be in the portal in the December portal, the winter portal.
To go in the conference.
To play the following season, eligible for following season. Now, that being said, since players have won every other court case against the NCAA and against the conferences, my guess is if he really wanted to transfer within the conference, he'd get an attorney, he'd sue the SEC, and he'd win. So I don't know that it would get to that, but I will tell you this. There are schools out there right now that could use Nico.
Yeah.
There's one out there on the West Coast that's got everything but a quarterback by the name of Oregon.
Yeah, Dan Lanning, they have resources, I heard. Phil Knight, ever heard of him? They have resources.
I mean, Nico's not even elite, bro.
No, he's
average at a little above average.
I think he's probably like a 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Remember that stretch where they had like 3 straight games where they didn't score in the first half or something?
I will say this:
wildly inaccurate.
He was the only thing they had against Ohio State. He played really well against Ohio State. Colorado could use him. North Carolina with Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
they could use him, right?
Yeah.
And they got some budgetary dollars.
I got one for you. How about Indiana? We saw what Kurt Signetti did with Curtis Rourke last year.
You're not leaving Tennessee to go to Indiana,
bro. He's leaving. Anybody's going to cover him. Anyone's going to pay him $4 or $5 million in his last year of football, college football. He'll go.
Yeah.
Now I'm always player friendly, but I mean, the establishment has to do something as far as contractually. They have to right within the like you said, the bylaws of the contract where he can't hold them hostage.
Do they have to collude? All the coaches get together and say they're not going to sign him?
No, you don't need that. But I'm just saying, I mean, he's literally holding the team hostage.
Yes, he is. Yeah. My guess is he will get what he wants. Yeah. Wow. We're very close to it.
It's
because
crazy.
They have no choice. Because what are they going to do? They don't. Their backup quarterbacks all have no experience. They have a team that could get to the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, it was a very skilled decision to also do it right now.
Oh,
April
yeah.
15th is when the portal opens back
16th.
up. 16th. So here he is. He's basically less than a week away. He waits until you're wrapping up practice to say he basically gave the finger to Rocky Top at the end of spring practice, and then decides not to show up for practice today, the big orange and white games tomorrow. The son-in-law, who's already down in the power rankings right now because he tried to convince all of us that Tennessee was going to go deep in the tournament, he's got to be sagging right now over the idea of Nico not showing up.
Well, I mean, you notice that the only people that are positions that are doing this are quarterbacks that really have that kind of leverage on the team.
I would think like Jeremiah Smith would have that leverage. I would think Ryan Williams.
But Jeremiah Smith's a
Williams would have
superstar.
that. Yeah, I think the elite players of the game will have that leverage. There's no doubt. I think offense and defense they will.
Do you remember when Matt told him to do that, Jeremiah Smith, to do exactly what Nico's doing right now?
Yeah, you did.
You're welcome.
What I said was he'd be foolish. He'd be foolish to not do that. He would be foolish to not say who wants to pay me. Right. And that's not just me. That's what Nick Saban said 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He said it would be, you know, he wouldn't be shocked at all if why am I blanking on him now?
Who?
The quarterback at Alabama.
The one that left?
No.
Chase Young.
Young. Young.
Yeah.
Not Chase
Not
Young.
Chase Young. Bryce.
Bryce,
We're all
Bryce.
blanking on him. If Bryce Young, after his
Once
first
you
year,
go to the Panthers, it's like it's a
you're in a
wrap.
hole then, right? After his first year there, he said, well, you know, why wouldn't he do that? That's what Lane Kiffin was saying too. Why wouldn't Bryce Young just say, all right, forget it. I'm going to go see who pays me the most, and that's it.
Well, he was one of the first $1 million guys.
Yeah,
we thought that was crazy back then.
But all players aren't built the same. You know, some players actually care about the universities they're at, and they don't.
Some people have integrity and morals, and
Well,
some.
but
I think it's luck.
Again, we have to tell you this all the time. You are not what the other guys are like.
But I agree with what he's saying.
I struggle with that, though.
Bryce won the Heisman and cared about his position in the history of college football. Laud him for that.
Yeah, he cares about it. He cares about his legacy.
Yeah,
and he probably always wanted to be at Alabama, so he probably did. He always wanted to be, you know, a Crimson Tide.
It was ultimately the #1 overall pick.
Yeah, I'll give you one. Ashton Genty could have gone to Texas. Could have gone to Tennessee.
And stayed at Boise.
Could have gone to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Stayed at Boise.
Yeah. It was fun. We had a fun show on the stream earlier today, Coach and I, Campo and Joe, and it's on the social channels every morning, every Friday morning, 9:25 in honor of 92.5 FM. So you guys just kind of throw that in the back of your mind. Coach will be in for the 3 o'clock hour. But anyway, we were talking about that top 5 pick, and there was a lot of Genty love on the chat line. A lot of people love the idea of Ashton Genty coming here, and I just keep pushing back because they need to fix the front before they ever try and add somebody else to that running back room, as good as he is. But anyway, there's a lot of Genty, and he was good to stay up at Boise State, that's for sure. All right, so we got plenty to get into. We need to look at the leaderboard, talk a little bit about what's happening in the second round of the Masters, talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. Rory McIlroy, as much as I root for that guy, he imploded twice over the last 4 holes and came into the clubhouse on the par 5 15th double bogey, par 16, double at 17, par at 18. Lost 4 shots over the last 4 holes, from wickedly in contention to falling, 7 shots off the lead at the end of the day. It was unreal what he did. Meanwhile, Freddie Couples holes out from 191 at 14 at 65 years of age. Beat par, set a new mark for a dude that old. That's just how they understand Augusta. What I always tell you, Leon, they know that course like the back of their hand. The fact that Freddie can go out there and beat par at 65.
And the way he was playing was like no pressure.
Yeah,
I mean, he's fist bumping people and he's high fiving people. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, he was loving it. And so plenty of other storylines, but this is the biggest one. Todd Golden's burner phone is at the top of the Pimento leaderboard right now, and he'll be able to collect more cash than he's making at the University of Florida.
Nasty cash.
Yeah. He's right there at the top.
Why did you have to say his burner phone?
Because
Todd
that's the
Golden's
entry.
burner phone is the name of a team that was put into Joe's golf tournament pick'em contest. I was actually the person behind the name Todd Golden.
I was going to say, I thought you were taking this thing somewhere else.
No, now I am #1.
Give yourself
I don't
a round
want
of
to jinx
applause.
it, yes, but I mean, beginner's luck. It's my first time. But there's like 68 people in that bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
So I just need, Justin Rose, Scotty Scheffler, and Rasmus
Højgaard.
To keep Højgaard, to keep kicking ass.
Yeah, he pulled that
Maybe
one
I'll
out of his golf rear end and put him on in his team.
How much are we talking?
Twins.
How much are we talking?
I'll just put it this way. It's a lot of pimento cheese. A lot of pimento cheese.
It's like
well, they're only like $3, those sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of them then that's coming.
Are we talking like 1,000 sandwiches?
All in wax paper.
How many sandwiches, if you had to guess?
Probably 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that, which would be nice.
Now, y'all can do the math now.
Yeah. All right. It is XL Primetime, Florida Home AC Friday, the official AC partner of the Jags. You want to fire some rock and roll suggestions? JJ's way, do it. Let's talk Augusta. Let's talk draft. Let's talk spring football. It's XL Primetime.
Jacksonville's home for Florida Gators baseball.
The weekend series with Missouri continues tonight at 6:30 and Saturday at 5 on 1010 a.m.
Hey guys, it's that time of year again. The home team is looking for new players on the field, and you're looking to get that old car or truck out of your driveway. I can help. This is John Johnson over at First Coast Recycling. We buy junk cars. Draft us to buy your old car or truck for fast cash. Just call 904-294-1659 for a quick and easy quote from First Coast Recyclers. Come on, let's take your driveway back.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Yo, it's your main man E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans. Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River. There's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventures start here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight? But it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
It's time to elevate your game night. Head to Best Bet, your premier destination for poker, card games, and hospitality. With locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine, we have a seat ready for you. Whether you're a seasoned poker player or just starting out, we have you covered with poker games of all limits and easy-to-learn games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em. And it's not just poker. With delicious dining, lively bars, and big screen events, there's something for everyone at Best Bet. Visit BestBetJax.com to learn more. That's BestBetJax.com and ante up for fun.
Legends are made and history is written at Augusta.
It's been one of the greatest days in Masters history.
Catch Masters updates on 1010XL, served up by St. John's Middle School Athletic Association and TopDressing.com.
The Jacksonville Icemen have punched their ticket to the Kelly Cup playoffs in April. But first, the Icemen have an action-packed weekend with the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Friday and Saturday night at 7. Then it's the Orlando Solar Bears. Sunday at 3. All games at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is #FrozenFrenzy.
Daily Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Neck pain, back pain, or headache, Shinatri Chiropractic has 4 locations: Westside, 103rd, Riverside, Arlington, and the Beaches. Acupuncture, dry needling, physical therapy. Relief starts today. Shinatri Chiropractic, 743-6700.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This is Corona Premier. Just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. It's a light beer that... Wait, this is a light beer? But we should really tell people about... Right, that's why I'm here. Sorry. Corona Premier, unexpectedly, light beer.
Corona Premier, a light beer with just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. The premier side of light. For those that are active and on the go, pick some up the next time you're heading out to enjoy the day under the sun. Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Parker's kick into the end zone, and the Seminoles are going to bring it out. This is Kermit Whitfield to the left side, a hole to the 30, 35. Yeah! Kermit Whitfield to the 50, to the 40, Kermit Whitfield to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown FSU. Kermit Whitfield, a 100-yard touchdown. 4:31 to go on the Noles lead. Kermit Whitfield, 26-24.
Be the final play of the college season, perhaps, if Clemson gets a touchdown to win it. If Bama can hold them out, perhaps a field goal attempt for overtime. Watson, touchdown!
Hunter Renfrow. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Well, there you go. A couple of big seasons for those two teams that ended with natties. And you just heard the call of Chris Fowler with Clemson. And honestly, Hunter Renfrow, the walk-on that he was, an unbelievable player for them. And then the other side of it.
Also a last-second natty.
Yeah.
Both of them.
They ran. Well, Leon's going to tell the story, but both of them with unbelievable plays. Gene Deckeroff on the call on the other one. When he's yelling Kermit Whitfield, Kermit Whitfield, Kermit Whitfield. Yeah. It was great.
Get a Hunter Renfrow catch. Was that a pick?
Oh, 100% it was.
Okay, I'm just saying.
100%. But that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Absolutely.
All's fair in love and war,
I just remember the Alabama sideline when that play happened.
Yeah. Well, the worst part is that Nick told them the pick's coming.
Oh, the pick.
He told them.
Okay.
And they still didn't figure it out.
In college football, they probably get away with it way more than they do in the NFL.
Yeah.
All right, so the reason you heard those is the Searcy Sweet 16, our mythical matchups, the mammoth matchups that he's created from the 80s, 90s, and into the 21st century, looking at the best national championship teams. So just basically playing off the Sweet 16 from our hoop world with March Madness. Leon came up with all these, and this is a hell of a matchup that you've got today.
Yeah, two more dynamic quarterbacks. Now, we had it earlier. We had the Vince Young versus Cam Newton.
Yeah.
But famous Jameis and Deshaun Watson is pretty special.
So this is 2013 FSU.
Yeah, 2013 FSU against 2016 Clemson.
Okay. All right, set it up for us.
All right, which one you want first?
2013, since we heard from
Here we go.
Gene Deckerhoff.
Here we go. 2013 Florida State Assembly, ACC and national champion. Apparently, they won the Florida Cup, too. I didn't know that existed. Florida Cup is when you beat.
I think they claim it whenever they win.
Yeah, they won the Florida Cup. I guess they beat all the teams of Florida at that particular time.
Did they beat the Gators? Yeah, they beat
the Gators. They went 14-0. They play at Doak Campbell Stadium. The head coach at that particular time was Jimbo Fisher. They ran a pro-style offense, 4-3 defense. And the team was led by Heisman Trophy winner, famous Jameis Winston.
Pretty good
Out of that roster, 26 players went to the NFL.
Yeah.
26 players. Great roster. Their pathway to the championship was beating Florida State put up some points that year. 723. Only other team to eclipse that was LSU. 2019 LSU scored that many points. They averaged 51 points per game. On their pathway to the championship, they beat Maryland by 63-0, Clemson 51-14, Miami 41-14. I remember that game. It was embarrassing. They beat the Florida Gators at the Swamp 37-7. They beat Duke in the ACC championship game and beat Auburn for the national championship game. Great game, classic game.
It was unreal.
Duke in the ACC championship.
Yeah, bro, that's how bad we were, bro. Yeah, Duke, they beat Duke.
And then what was it, 13 seconds when that game winner was made? And that wasn't the
Benjamin.
Yeah, that was Big Benjamin. A huge human being.
Absolutely.
That he threw it to.
What was he, like a 6'6" wide receiver or something like that?
I thought he'd be a little bit better in the NFL, but anyway, he was Kelvin Benjamin.
Wasn't he a first-round pick in the NFL?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, huge human being.
Huge human being.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida State was dominant that season. They averaged 51 points a game, and their defense only gave up 12.
Ooh,
so that's Florida State.
Yeah, that was a good team.
Great team, bro.
That was Jameis' first year as a starter. Redshirt his first season, comes in and just.
This is when they ripped off 29 in a row.
I believe his first game was against Pitt, and I think it was on the road, and he just absolutely annihilated them.
It was against
annihilated them. It wasn't even close, and it was like his first game as a college quarterback.
He could sling it.
Absolutely could. All right. The other team, we got 2016 Clemson Tigers. ACC and national champions. They went 14-1 that year. They play at Memorial State, also known as Death Valley. Head coach Dabo Swinney, spread offense, 4-3 defense. They were led by Deshaun Watson. That year, Deshaun Watson had 4,300 yards passing, 41 touchdowns. Finished second in the Heisman Trophy ballot behind El Boogie, Lamar Jackson.
Lamar deserving.
Listen, if you do yourself a favor, because I did it last night, watch Louisville and Clemson. Clemson at Louisville.
Back in 2016.
That game, I believe, yeah.
Man, that game was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Outstanding game.
Watch any Louisville game from 2015 to 16.
Yeah, Lamar was special, man. It's must-see TV. I absolutely loved it. I wasn't doing anything. I watched the whole game. Absolutely loved it. Okay, that Clemson team beat a number 3 Louisville at that particular time. They beat a number 12 Florida State. They beat number 23 Virginia Tech. And they beat Ohio State 31-0 in the semifinals. And then they beat Alabama in the national championship game.
Who was the L to? Who was the L to?
Pittsburgh?
No, the L was
Syracuse.
Yeah, well, it was some anomaly.
Oh, let me see if I can.
I want to say it's either Syracuse. I think JJ might be right too. It's one of those two.
I think it was Syracuse.
No.
Anyway, continue. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and
I have it right here. It was Pitt.
It was
43-42.
Oh well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that game. It came to it was last second field goal, right? Yeah. Okay. And only 7 draft picks from that Clemson roster.
Really?
A little low, only 7. Yeah, but that's the matchup.
Okay. All right. 2016 Clemson, when we talk about a 14-1 club that ended up winning it, and what a hell of a game that they had to win it. And then obviously 2013 with FSU. And that was Jimbo, his heyday, when he finally took over the reins from Bobby Bowden and started just killing it recruiting-wise. He put together, I can't remember the exact number of the rankings overall, but he was assembling some of the best classes, landed in the top 6, it feels like, if memory serves, for 4 years running.
Yeah, the problem wasn't recruiting overall. He was a really good recruiter there. The entire time he was there. The problem was he missed quarterbacks like his last 3 classes. He missed on them. And that's what hurt them. They didn't really have a legit quarterback. Do you have a first quarter score, Leon, by any chance, in that game?
Well, they're just getting out of the box. They're just kicking it off right now, right?
No, we're deep in the first quarter.
Okay. First quarter?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm happy.
Well, we heard FSU had a kick return for a touchdown.
So
that.
one on the text line. This isn't even close, bro. 2013 Knowles were way better than 2016 Clemson.
I don't know about that, man.
Right now, I got to score 14 all.
Okay.
See?
All right. So both of them drive down.
High
quick.
scoring.
Yes.
All these games, take the over, folks.
Vegas is getting
hop on Hard Rock, take the over.
Vegas is getting hammered by the over in the Searcy Sweet 16 mythical matchups. Unbelievable.
14 all. Wow.
All right, that's the first quarter. So you guys jump in 641-1010 on X as well. An opportunity for you to vote there. And when you look at it, honestly, you just got to think about which of these teams you think could basically force their will on the others. Defensively, Florida State had some really good players. Like you said, both sides of the ball. They limited teams to what, 13 points per game? Is that what it was?
Yeah, 12.
12. Holy cow. All right, so
they're already over that.
Already over.
Yeah. And I look at what Clemson had.
I mean, they held your team in that dynamic quarterback, Trayon Harris, 7 points.
That was a pretty good bunch there on the offense that they were able to shut down. 36 points in that game to Louisville and Lamar, El Boogie, that they gave up. 37-34 in the game to FSU, 42-35 in the game to Tech. There's a lot of good ones, really.
And they gave up a lot of points to Pitt.
Yeah. And then the 35-31 to Alabama.
And then when it mattered most, they ran 92 plays.
Was it 99?
92. 92 plays against Alabama in that championship game. And
all right. So you guys jump in, and it's on X. You can vote there. You can vote on the text line, Design My Lifetime Enclosures. Now, let's find out what's happening at Augusta.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Rory McIlroy fighting back in the second round after his horrific finish yesterday. McIlroy with a birdie at 2, then he had all pars until jump starting on the second 9. Birdie at 10, birdie at 11, eagle at 13, and so what if he was off with the driver at 14?
In the pine straw, right of the fairway, 5 under for the Masters and on his round. Rory, one last look. He is going to go high over these pine trees. He flies it high into the sky, lands it on the green. This is going to get closer to the hole, inside 20 feet. A terrific recovery shot from Rory. He'll have that to reach 6 under par.
Taylor Zarzour the call on Sirius XM. Now, McIlroy barely missed that putt, but it is a par there. No bogeys today for Rory. He has climbed to 5 under with 4 holes to go. He's 3 off the lead, held by Justin Rose. McIlroy now heading to the 15th, where he made double bogey in the first round. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Justin Rose is in the clubhouse. He is in the lead, but it is by no means out of reach. Let's check the leaderboard here at the 89th Masters, brought to you by Fisher Investments. Rose shooting 1 under 71. He is 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau just 1 back at 7 under. DeChambeau has 5 holes remaining. At 5 under, a pair of Masters rookies, Matt McCarty and Rasmus Højgaard, along with Victor Hovland, Rory McIlroy, Corey Connors, and Scotty Scheffler, the defending champion, very early in his round, birdie at 2. He's through 3 holes today. Fred Couples and Bernhard Langer won the Masters in back-to-back years after the Cold War ended. They try to become the oldest players to make the cut at the Masters. Couples 65, Langer 67, both 1 over on the first 9. They're just inside the projected cut. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects? Or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air. keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hey Jacksonville, Don from Taco Lou here. Spring has sprung, the temps are rising, and the summer is on the way. In our world, that can only mean one thing. Cinco is coming. Yes, the day everyone gets their taco fix and margarita fix, it could possibly be the best Monday of the year this year. If you're sitting at your desk on a Monday thinking no tacos for me, well, think again. We wouldn't let a big day like Cinco de Mayo slip by just because it's a Monday. Skip work or get the day off. But come and celebrate with us at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach. Maybe take Tuesday off. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 11, 1965, at the 29th U.S. Masters Tournament, Jack Nicklaus wins the second of the 6 Masters titles, beating Gary Player and Arnold Palmer by a record 9 strokes.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Imagine enjoying the beautiful days of summer in North Florida, relaxing in your enclosed patio, free from bugs and debris. I'm Josh Molina, owner of River City Screens. We are your trusted local screen experts. We pride ourselves in our craftsmanship and our relationships, because with Florida's unpredictable weather, you want someone dependable and reliable to show up for you every time. New construction or repairs, call River City Screens. 904-923-3544.
License number SCC 131153483.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians, ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Frank Frangie here. I was talking to a buddy the other day. His HOA told him his old fence had to go. I said, man, call Coil Fencing. They've been around the block since 1927. Heck, they probably built half the fences in Jacksonville. They do it all. Tough chain link for security, those fancy aluminum ones the HOA actually likes, nearly a century of keeping yards safe and looking good. If you need a fence, call Coil. You can trust the folks at Coil. 904-356-4821 or visit CoilJacks.com, COYLE Jacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
17 seconds, high formation now. Here's the snap. Winston rolling right. Throws the pass on the end. It's caught! It's caught! It's caught! Touchdown FSU! Calvin Benjamin knows we take the lead with 13 seconds remaining. Jameis Winston with a precision pass to his favorite target in December and now in January.
This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Does Jameis Winston have a statue?
I don't know, but
Negative.
at some point, if they don't give Deckerhoff a statue, something's wrong.
Yeah, he had one in the break room, that convening area. But no, heck, Deckerhoff should.
Oh my gosh, he's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
he
awesome.
should be honored. He should be honored.
God!
But you figure between the national championship winning quarterbacks for FSU, a lot like Florida, you had great performances from Charlie Ward, Chris Winkie, and Jameis. Those
and Gene Deckerhoff.
Yeah, he was there for all of them. Right. But I'm just saying, those quarterbacks, kind of like Florida, same thing.
Yeah.
You just had those great moments in time that they were the trigger men for them. And Charlie Ward was so good.
Triple Crown, bro. The Natty, the Heisman.
Oh, yeah. And a perfect record.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got an update in that game?
No, we got halftime. It's coming.
All right.
Okay. All
I
right.
get a halftime score.
Okay.
Y'all gonna play defense at some point in that game?
I don't know. Maybe.
Who's y'all?
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, you just got to bang the over on these games. I can just tell you that right now.
Well, you're the one that's doing the game, man.
I am.
No, he's just watching it happen. He's documenting what's happening
in
on the
my
field.
head right now as we speak.
Is it HD or
No, it's high def.
OLED or whatever that is?
It's high def. It's high def. Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Telvin Smith takes a tip pass to the house for the win, says one of our predictors. So let us know 2013 FSU versus 2016 Clemson. And let us know which would win, the Deshaun Watson-led Tigers or the Jameis-led Noles. And we mentioned some of the numbers that both of these teams had, and you're talking about just star power on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, remember how good Wayne Gallman was?
Yeah. Gallman's numbers, let me see if I have those. I think
He was ETN before ETN got there, basically is what he was.
He wasn't as dynamic, I wouldn't say.
Pretty close, man.
But he was tough. He was just a tough son of a gun. So Gallman, Deshaun, nearly 4,600 yards from him. Gallman went 1133 on the ground on 232 totes.
How many
4.9.
catches? How many catches do you have?
4.9 average. I don't know. They just have the rushing numbers there. You always ask questions that I don't have the answers to because I don't know why. But receiving wise, I see a few other guys that were making plays for them that were pretty dang good. Out of the wide receiving core, Artavis Scott, 614 yards, 76 grabs for him. Ray McLeod, nearly 50 grabs, nearly 500 yards for him. Mike Williams, 1,361 yards. He nearly had 100 catches for a 13.9 average.
Yeah.
Mike Williams came out of there red hot.
Jordan Leggett,
and then
freak tight end.
Tight end.
Yeah. And then you had Hunter Renfro, who would just come up with the right play at the right time. He had less than 500 yards receiving and 44 catches, but he was money when they needed it.
They went like 6 deep at receiver, man.
Deion Kane, Artavis Scott.
Kane, they were good, man.
Yeah. There were some of those guys. Deion Kane did. I guess if you had nearly 750 yards,
almost 20 a catch, man.
Yeah, 19 yards per catch. That is pretty dang good. But the Renfro story is Dabo loved him so much because he was Dabo.
Yeah.
30
Dabo
years,
was a
30
walk-on
years
receiver
later.
in Alabama.
Yeah. And it was a walk-on dream come true for both of them. The way Dabo was as a player, and then watching Hunter as a player.
Hunter
under his
Renfro
watch.
was a walk-on?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's interesting in the national championship game when they had to have that. He doesn't go to Mike Williams.
No.
He doesn't go to Leggett. He doesn't go to Artavis Scott. He goes to Hunter Renfro.
Yeah. Mr. Reliable. And then one of our texters, Clemson for sure. That was pre-massage Watson. We don't know that for sure, okay? But I do go with your premise. I'm with you there.
Although I will say he went to Williams to play before, and that's what got on the pass interference, which got him down to the 2.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
He did before that, the play before. So.
Yeah. There was just so many good players on both sides. FSU, 2013.
I mean, the catch that Leggett made, that like twisting, turning, backward catch that he made to get him inside like the 20 was ridiculous.
Both teams had epic drives to win the national title.
Yeah. And maybe
that was Jalen's freshman year, by the way.
Okay, but am I mixing up? When you said it was 92 plays, did they go 99 yards on that last?
They went a long. It was long. I don't know if it was 99 yards, but it was a long way. I mean, think about this. But for that drive that Deshaun put together,
right?
All we would have remembered was the freshman Jalen Hurts leading the game-winning drive and finishing it with a 30-yard touchdown run. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's like lost in the whole thing now.
Mm-hmm.
90 No, it was only a 68-yard drive, but it was 9 plays, 2 minutes for Clemson.
Right, so yeah, I had that other number in my head and couldn't get it out of there. But yeah, it was really impressive stuff. And I don't know which one I would give credit to as far as the spread offense wearing down and wearing out a Saban defense, but that was one of them because he didn't have an answer for that, and he thought defensively they had an answer that they could control and curb what Clemson was doing.
And they did have an 88-yard drive in the fourth quarter in that game late, but not the game-winning one.
All right, beautiful. Maybe that's the one.
Well, with both of these teams, as a Hurricane fan, I had no fond memories with both of these teams because Florida State won 7 straight on us, and then I was at the Orange Bowl. I mean, I was at the game against Clemson with Deshaun Watson put up 42 on us at halftime. Got Al. Yeah, thank you, JJ.
Man. That was his last stand.
That was Al Golden's last stand, bro.
That was it. That was the game that did it.
Yeah, bro. When you he was on thin ice already.
I just want to know if these things are affecting your game in your head.
No.
Your hatred of Florida State as compared to Deshaun Watson finally got Al Golden out.
I'm just saying that as a Hurricane alumnus, a legend,
right,
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, of course.
Neither one of these teams in their time, in their era when they dominated, Miami struggled mightily against both of them.
Okay.
So, no, it does not affect my game.
I was just wondering if there was any...
I'm a professional, bro.
Intrinsic biases.
No.
All right.
Not at all.
How can Bryson DeChambeau be within a shot of the lead right now, and he has not made birdie at either 13 or 15?
His first 9 was so impressive, man.
But he just came through.
He's holding on to Sandy.
Both par 5s on the back. He picked up 4 birdies on the front, but on that note, just a little of that, just to entertain myself, okay?
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, you're watching some DeChambeau highlights.
Like, he's not even the same person. He's lost,
here's what you got to remember.
50 pounds of muscle?
Well, here's what you got to remember. He was a decent-sized individual.
Right.
Then he put 40 pounds on.
Muscle?
Yeah, all muscle. And this was kind of around the pandemic. They shut it down, and who knows what he was putting in his body, but he put 40 pounds of muscle on. Juice. You never know.
Listen, no protein shakes.
Yeah. And then he's basically said it's just not working over a 2 or 3 year period.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say he dropped 25 of that. So he's still 15 heavier than he was when he first came out. He's still a big, you can just see
dude,
him.
But
He's
not
still put together.
He's not what he used to be. There's no doubt about that.
All right, so here you go. High-end food and beverage, tournament access, and its own merchandise shop at Augusta. Okay?
All right.
High-end food and beverage, tournament access, and its own merchandise shop. The weekly badge. How much do you think?
The weekly badge?
Yeah. They hand out.
What do you get with that?
They don't hand them out. They sell 2,500 weekly badges.
Does that mean all the food you can eat?
Yeah, high-end food and beverage, tournament access, and its own merchandise shop.
Okay, so you don't get any deal with the merchandise shop. You just have your own shop you can shop at.
Right? Yes, like a special shop. Is this just
there are no deals at Augusta.
Price for one day?
I'm getting tired of your whole Augusta thing.
There are no deals at Augusta except for pimento cheese sandwiches are reasonably priced.
You know what? A friend of mine texted me this morning, and she said, I have the right mind to go up there and just scalp a ticket and get in there.
Well, good luck. Let me know how it goes.
I might do it out of spite. How about that?
Actually, I would like that too.
And not only that, get my cell phone at the same time.
Yeah.
Shove it down my pants, pull it out, take a picture. Suck it, Joe.
Yeah.
And then they can kick me out, but I'll have it.
Anything that you're willing to do would be great. I'm not sure why it's suck it, Joe. I have no idea.
Because you're on your little hoity-toity horse right now.
See, this is the classic part of this.
Leon? Is he not on his little hoity-toity horse?
No, I've never been there. Are you kidding me?
You kind of were yesterday, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm having fun with this. I don't even know what you're even talking about. But
and we know if Matt actually went there, he would bend the knee like everyone does, give up his cell phone gracefully, and enjoy himself.
He's trying to call you a golf elitist. That's
yeah,
what
you are a golf elitist. There's no doubt you are.
Whereas he'll follow all the rules in college football.
Of course.
Not really.
Yeah. Well,
you're
are not
such
a rule
rebel.
breaker. Let's just make that very clear. Okay, if there's a rule breaker in this room, it ain't you. But 2,500 weekly badges.
Okay, so it's for the whole week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess $17,000.
Okay. See, I got a feeling you got an idea.
17. Wow.
I've never heard this.
So the whole week, free food, your own place to shop at.
Yeah.
And it's the Masters.
And the Masters
So
ticket.
it's basically for
Yeah,
think
it's
about
gotta be
4
handy,
days
yeah.
at the Masters.
I bet JJ's close.
I'm just going to give it to him. It's roughly $17,000 each. Okay, so Todd Golden's burner phone may be red hot right now.
That is perfecto as can be right there, man.
Roughly $17,000 each, which is more than $42 million in ticket revenue.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Jeez,
if you were a wealthy man, would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, now to get that ticket, is that also a lottery, or can you just say I want to buy one of those tickets?
Well, I'm sure people
He said there's
that-
2,500, so it's probably a
people that have
lottery.
moved into their either this is for members or moved
Right.
into their. There are people that buy tickets from them every year that they renew, but once you get your tickets, you're just not allowed to go out there and scalp them and sell them. People do move tickets. There's no question about that.
How do they move them then?
Quietly.
So I could scalp it.
Quietly?
Hey, listen, I don't have the answer to the question other than you do not see anybody on Washington Ave or Washington
Yeah, but the
Street
fact that
selling
you said
tickets.
quietly means I could get some scalp
Yeah,
tickets.
I would think so, but I keep answering the same question, and no one's listening, okay? There are no
Maybe
ticket
it's just that I'm
scalpers.
not listening.
Yeah, that's it. That's the key.
And I don't think we took enough time to appreciate how amazing my answer was, but go ahead.
It was great. I told you. It was like
great,
unbelievable.
absolutely.
That was really good, man.
And I'm like, that son of a gun's in there Googling it right
No.
now. Because I can at least question that. I can't question your picks that has you at the top of the Pimento leaderboard.
Not for long. Scotty Scheffler, who I expected when he comes out to just destroy everyone in the second round, is kind of playing slower than I thought he would. And he's back at 5. And yeah, Rory's right back in this. This is anybody's game at this point. Obviously, it's only Friday, but yeah, everybody's kind of jam-packed up there.
Yeah. And so this place is called Map and Flag, and it will hold about 4,000 ticket holders moving forward. They just barely added this bad boy. And the Berkman has been around forever. At least the legend has it with all my buddies that seem to find their way into the Berkman's place. But it is exclusive as all get out. That's for sure.
$17K.
Yeah.
Now, what's the Berkman? Is that like a bar, club?
Yeah, it's
area?
kind of one of those also where you go in, you get whatever you want, refuel, head back out.
They know your name and everything.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. I don't know, but I've had buddies that once you fall out of the rota, if you don't show up and you're replaced, you're no longer in the rota.
Really?
Yeah. So
Now, I have to get your opinion on the young amateur yesterday who decided to take a leak.
I got to get into that. Let's
Oh,
save
my
that for
God.
next hour. This is a reigning U.S. amateur champ, and he decides to take a leak in the creek. You cannot do that. It's XL Primetime.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. The career Grand Slam is still very much alive.
Rory McIlroy, after a 70-foot eagle putt, has 6 feet down the hill left, breaking from right to left. Starts in the middle, breaks to the left, but catches that left edge. Everything that was lipping out yesterday at the end of the round is going in the hole today. He's 6 under par, just 2 shots back, heading to 16.
Carl Paulson the call on Sirius XM. McIlroy trying to become just the 6th golfer to win all 4 majors. He started with an even par 72, and he's back in contention with this second 9 of the second round. Birdies at 10 and 11, an eagle at 13, that birdie at 15, and a nice par save at 16 after McIlroy missed the green off the tee. Justin Rose leads at 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau won back at 7 under. McIlroy at -6. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
An up and down round from the 18-hole leader, Justin Rose. He is still alone in the lead for now at 8 under with the second round ongoing. Rose signing for a 1 under 71 after his 65 on Thursday. Bryson DeChambeau charging on the first 9 today. Birdie at 2. Hold out for birdie from the bunker at 4. Another birdie at 5. Another one at 8. But it's been all pars on the second 9. Now DeChambeau playing the 16th. He's 7 under for the week and 1 back of Rose. Rory McIlroy 6 under with 2 holes to go today. Also at 6 under, Corey Connors, who is through 8. Matt McCarty, Victor Hovland, Ludwig Oberg, Shane Lowry, and Scotty Scheffler all at 5 under. Scheffler through 4 holes, one of the last players to tee off today, had a birdie at 2, now playing hole number 5. Top 50 and ties will play the weekend. Cut line 1 over par at the moment. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Summer in Jacksonville is coming in hot. Lauren Brooks here. Beat the heat with Turbo Tint. Their window tint blocks up to 99% of harmful UV rays and keeps your ride cool and comfortable. Book today at turbotint.com.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Plumbing problem? AC acting up? Septic tank trouble? Don't waste time calling 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. We offer plumbing, septic, and air conditioning services. Call 904-862-6769.
Hi, I'm Jeff Breyer, president of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
And I'm Zach Breyer. When my dad started in business in 1990, I wasn't even born yet.
That's true. And after 35 years and nearly 20,000 satisfied customers, we literally have a showroom in every neighborhood.
So whether you need more outdoor living space with a glass or screen enclosure, or you're looking to transform your home with new flooring, we've got you covered.
Visit our websites, or better yet, do yourself a favor and stop by one of our showrooms on Phillips Highway to experience the Lifetime difference and receive 20% off your purchase.
I'm Max Fink on your Gator station. 1010XL is your pipeline to Gator Nation. Listen to the Gator Report all year round.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators. 1010XL.
Go, Gators! Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
With so many competitive pest services in
in town, you might wonder why Kingfish Pest Control's business is booming while similar companies seem to be struggling. It all comes down to service, affordability, and effectiveness. Kingfish Pest Control is a local family-owned company who delivers on their promises to effectively control pests like ants, spiders, roaches, termites, mosquitoes, and more. Your home is their priority, so call today and discover why your neighbors and your buddy Hayes Carlion trust Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. Showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Lone Pronto. Once again, it's a big baseball weekend in northern Florida as the Florida Gators continue their series with Missouri after a one-sided contest last night with the Gators winning 11-2. They'll throw out the first pitch of tonight's game at 6:30, followed by tomorrow night at 5, with both of those games airing on 10:10 a.m. The Gators have lost 3 SEC series in a row, so a series win against the Tigers tonight would be a phenomenal momentum boost. The Jumbo Shrimp defeated the Charlotte Knights last evening 8-5 as they now have won their 5th game in a row. They continue their series with the Knights tonight with first pitch heading over the plate at 7:05 with hopes of keeping the series sweep alive. It's 82 degrees at 3:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Well, Scotty just brushed another one in, par 5-6, and he's within 2 shots of the lead. Looking good right now. Trying to do what few have done. That's win 3 green jackets in 4 years' time. We're talking the Jack and Tiger company that he would be in, that's for sure. Impressive, to say the least. All right, so 3 o'clock hour underway. We get to welcome our head coach, Dave Campo, in. Coach, you and I had a fun time earlier today. Doing our Campo and Joe stream show, which we will talk about and kind of get into some of the Jaguar topics that we got into. But you heard as you were coming in, Big Search with his Sweet 16, this mythical matchup, 2013 FSU versus 2016 Clemson. And we were at the half.
We're at the half. Yes, we're at the half. Florida State is up 24-17.
24-17. Up by a touchdown.
Offense slowed down a little bit.
Slowed down. Defense woke up.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because FSU's defense is pretty sturdy.
They're pretty sturdy. They gave up, 12 points a game?
I don't know how much longer that Clemson defense is going to hold up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll start to get worn down.
That's
Coach,
the problem.
what do you
It's going to be an issue.
You got to play defense to win the championship. Very simple. Very simple.
Says the defensive guy by trade. Real quick, we got to say thanks to Harold for bringing us some nice ornaments, Christmas ornaments, which was very cool.
Harold Schroeder, a friend of mine, he's a Kansas guy and went to Kansas, and he does woodworking, and you can kind of show it. It's on the thing. He did some
very cool.
This is Sebastian, the Abbas.
He does
blue to the death, Leon.
He does a great job. and we've become friends because I coached at Kansas, and I'm a Kansas basketball.
Oh, you're
fan,
Rock
for
Chalk
sure.
Jayhawk.
Right.
That's for
Actually,
sure.
you know what this is, Leon? This is a national champion, is what this is.
National champion ornament.
See that?
That's it.
That's a national champion, bro.
Mine is too.
Yeah, 5 of them. How many do y'all got?
Yeah, you'd have to hang a lot on your Christmas tree to make up for the natties. Well,
All right, real quick, let's get into the guy. The
6
amateur.
combined.
The amateur.
All right, so Jose Luis Ballester, U.S. amateur champion. All right, he is on the grounds, and basically, as an amateur champ, you are invited to Augusta, which is honestly one of the proud moments for a player that is yet to turn pro. And he gets to walk onto the grounds, compete against the professionals. So this particular day, opening round, it's him as the U.S. reigning amateur champion, and he decides that he has to go to the bathroom, and he has to go now.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
His quote is, I completely forgot that we had those restrooms to the left of the 13th tee box. Okay? He had a 4-over round.
Hang on, JJ's got the sound.
Okay, give it to me.
I completely forgot that we had those restrooms on the left of the tee box.
Oh, okay. 13th tee.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And then I'm like, I really need to pee. Didn't really know where to go. And since JT had an issue around the green, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sneak here in the river. Probably the people would not see me that much. And then they clap for me. Probably one of the clubs that I really got today, like real loud. So that was kind of funny.
Are you concerned that there might be any blowback from that at all? Or, I mean, obviously, they did see you, right?
Yeah, they saw me. They saw me. I mean, it was not embarrassing at all for me. So if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
Now,
the Spanish.
Let me
It's
give you,
unbelievable.
let me give you the addendum to this
Yeah.
story, okay?
The river.
Are you ready for the addendum?
Yeah.
Remember yesterday when we were talking about the guys that now wear the hats that have the backwards spelling? Like it's backwards and upside down.
Right.
And I made the joke that it's because when they look in the mirror, it looks perfect to them because it's all about them.
Sure.
He was the guy.
Yeah, oh, yeah. He's the guy.
He
from
was the
Arizona
guy
State,
wearing
yeah.
the Sun Devils hat.
Oh, yeah. Because he is, like I said, reigning U.S. amateur, so he plays out there. He gets invited, and I haven't seen I didn't even see the hat. I bet it's still a cool look.
No.
It's not? It's
Dork.
not? Okay.
It's lame.
It's like
Yeah.
Dork City.
Is it? Okay.
But it's what the young kids are now. It's all about them.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I mean,
Thank you, JJ.
It's not all about, oh, my, anyway, that's
No,
just
but it
such
just shows that he doesn't care.
I'm
like,
sure it's not all about Nico either. is it?
Listen, it just shows that he has no respect.
Right.
Like
This added
it's
to
so
that.
nasty. And then when the guy's like, "Are you worried about them doing anything to you?" and he's like, "No, I don't care. I have nothing to be embarrassed about." Which I think that was his way of saying something. I get it, bro. Good joke, but. He was like, I don't regret it at all. I'd do it again. It's like, you just look like an ass.
Yeah,
None
you
of
look
that.
like
Plus,
an ass.
it's not a river. Like, at
A
least
river?
know. Like, you know,
that
it's
was
like
the funniest part.
Yeah. He said, I had to go in the
this
river.
is his second language, to be fair
Race
to him.
Creek.
I
Look,
mean.
I've been on many golf courses where you just had to. You had to.
Not at
But not
Augusta.
there.
Yeah.
Okay?
I thought I heard
The
him
Masters.
say.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Did he say I had the snake right here? I mean, was I miss something?
I don't remember.
Okay, I thought he.
That was a
that's why-
Spanish accent. But he did say it was probably one of the loudest claps he got all day, which is probably
really?
accurate.
I mean, there weren't woods he could have ran in.
Yeah,
I mean, something to be
Race
avoided.
Creek, bro? Like,
you
yeah,
can't do
exactly. Take it to the woods.
Especially an amateur. Yeah,
Yeah, if it was Scheffler, I mean, they'd be like, hey, he's already been arrested.
So would have been, but what's
Water
more
would turn into wine then.
What's
you know?
more embarrassing, him doing that or he just wet his pants? Would y'all want him to wet himself?
No, I want him to use one of the many
Well, he
facilities
missed
they
it.
have on the
Okay,
ground.
So he had to run back. He was going to wet himself.
What, he's never held it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, you're not allowed
There's
to
been
run.
times where you've had to run and things start getting loose.
Yeah, the Pat Mahomes rest area.
Now
to
you're
the
getting into
restroom.
the hacker territory that we don't need to get
I'm
into.
just saying,
Okay?
don't act like you ain't never.
I don't even wanna-
It always amazes me how many times we move into the
We devolve.
lowering
Yeah,
the
we do.
level on
To the hacker territory?
on prime time.
Low vibrations.
man's man here, right?
Low vibrations
We
frequency.
devolve. But honestly, get a clue, man. You are on hallowed grounds. You're at the cathedral of golf courses.
Golf snob.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You're okay with him taking a leak in the creek?
No.
I'm not.
I'm not. No.
Yeah. And look, I just admitted I take a leak in many places around many golf courses. I would never.
Or non-golf courses, for that
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, exactly. I would never. All right, how about this? I pull into the gate station the other day, and that's a nice, clean convenience store. And I pull in there, and it's one of the busier ones. And as soon as I turn into my parking spot, it is packed. There's people everywhere. Lunchtime, they are on the grind.
Yeah.
And there are people coming and going. I see this guy walk right up to the side of the gate convenience store, zip down,
Oh my
and
God.
take a leak. And I'm like,
And you were like, Frank French, you stop that.
Frank, what are you
you're
doing?
the play-by-play voice. I mean, anyway, it was just this some dude, and there were cars parked everywhere right there.
He just dropped trout. Didn't care, huh?
And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I had to go too, and I'm thinking,
For a brief moment, you thought, I
no,
can do that.
I'm like, should I join him? I'm like, for a brief moment, I'm like,
Can't cross streams,
is
bro.
the
Can't
bathroom
cross
out of order? That's what I thought. Is the bathroom out of order? And this guy just 100% had to go. No, I walked right into the bathroom.
There you
And
go.
this guy's taking a leak outside. Middle of the day.
This is blatant disrespect. Disregard.
Yes.
I can't say I haven't been on the side of a gas station before, but it's been around back.
Yeah.
And they were closed.
Little class.
And it was late at night.
It's unbelievable.
I may have done something right.
Yeah. All right. Let's just try and slide this into Coach Campo's wheelhouse.
See, that's the advantage we have over women, too. That's the best advantage of all.
Well,
What do you mean? I've seen them do plenty, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Might be the only advantage we got.
Yeah, I got a story. Yeah. Anyway, into Coach's world, which is the draft, which is what he wants to focus on. That's what we were doing this morning with our Camp and Joe stream show. The closer we get, okay, this time in 2 weeks, we will be saying, hey, Coach, what did you think about that first-round draft pick that they made? As we get closer and closer, where are you at? What are you feeling as far as where this football team's going to go?
Well, I'm pretty much convinced if they don't move, that they're going to take either one of those offensive linemen, Campbell or Mimbo, if either one of them is there, which I believe one of them will be at least, or Mason Graham. I think they're going to go up front first. I think it's important that they do that. I think it's important to do that just for the mindset of the football team. They've talked about that they're going to get tougher. They're going to get more physical. They got a quarterback they just paid $280 million for. We've either got to rush the other quarterback to give us an opportunity for our quarterback to do something, or we have to protect our quarterback. So, to me, I have a number of guys that, the one thing I'm hearing along the line here is that there's a chance that they may take the best guy they've got graded. I don't think that they're looking at next year. I think they want to win next year, and I think they can win next year. But I think, if you take the best available player, you're looking towards the next year and the next year and the next year. So I still think they're going to stick Need in there and go with one of the big guys. And
it's always going to be what helps us immediately, but don't ignore the future, especially with the new regime coming.
Yeah, I mean, I like Mimbo and I like Will Campbell. I mean, because I don't think Walker. I know they paid Walker a boatload of money last year, but none of those guys' jobs should be safe. If you feel that you got an elite left tackle and you want to draft them, I say draft them and then let them compete.
Right,
the best man wins and the other man moves inside.
Okay, so here's the other. All right, here's the other question: is do you have enough, at the very least, right now, enough not to draft that same position and look elsewhere for other important needs?
Well, with all the guys they went there,
the challenge.
Here's the thing: with all the guys that they got in free agency, is being implied that we're good at the offensive line position.
Yeah, and I guess I mean specifically tackle.
Tackle. Yeah, exactly. I still would like to see them get a guard in the second round, to be quite honest with you. If they go Mason Graham. If they go to Mason Graham, then I'd still like to see them get a guard in the second round, if they decide to do that. But they're implying, with all the tackle play that they got in the free agency, they're implying that they're good. But they can't be good. They got to get one more, at least two more.
All right, so let's give at least...
I mean, let's just put it this way. Yeah. They've got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds, okay? 2 of them better be guards.
2 of them better be linemen. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not going to say 2 guards. No way. I wouldn't go that far. No, I wouldn't. I'm just disagreeing.
Well, you just go to what they got, huh?
I'm good with Pat McCary as one of their starting guards.
They actually have 6 picks in the top 126. So they ought to be able to do exactly what they want to do, to be honest with you. That's the beauty of it. And really, they have 7 picks in the top 150. You know, 150 guys.
Right, do your work,
draft. There's
right?
some good players in there.
Yeah, find some guys that can contribute. And
in theory, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're counting on these guys to draft better than the previous group has.
The draft is not
question
one
about it.
round long,
Right now,
right?
the track record of this franchise is not good.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why these guys are here, and that's why most are hopeful. I say most are hopeful that they will be able to get the job done and turn this thing around. I was laughing off the text line from the Pride of Neptune Beach who texted in. He did laugh because we were talking about crosses streams, and then I was pimping the Campo and Joe stream show, and he laughed at the stream show.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
After that.
Especially after the last
We
comments.
also had a guy who said that he works outside, and he saw a guy at 7:30 on Monday morning take a leak right on the sidewalk of our courthouse.
It's just
downtown.
unreal. Clean it up, people. It's XL Primetime.
We live here because we love it here. This is Jacksonville. This is 1010XL.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Need a fast casual option that's healthy, fresh, and delicious? Choose the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Gyros, salads, hummus, and more made completely fresh right as you order. Off 210 and St. John's Parkway. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 50% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
Dan and Jeff take you down the fairway with the PGA Tour professionals.
Keep an eye on this one.
Brunch with the Tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info. Brought to you by
Clearwater Irrigation. 8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight, but it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to ITPPartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success. The Jacksonville Icemen have punched their ticket to the Kelly Cup playoffs in April. But first, the Icemen have an action-packed weekend with the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Friday and Saturday night at 7. Then it's the Orlando Solar Bears. Sunday at 3. All games at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is #FrozenFrenzy.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
Everyone seems to be in a time crunch these days. Well, don't forget you can always count on the cold case at Daly's. Always convenient, always cold. Whether it's the king of beers, Natty Light, Stella, or Cigar City, or Goose Island or Bud Light Seltzer, dash into Daly's and grab one to go.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. Max Fink here with 1010XL. You'll be assured of quality delivery, that's for sure. Log on and order online at kuhnflowers.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm telling you, I've had this condition since I was 11 years old. I've been in and out of hospitals my whole life. I have no control over it. Doctors have told me that when I feel it, the best thing to do is just release it. Otherwise, I could die.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
If only Ballester had watched Seinfeld, he might have been able to pull it off, but he didn't. And it was embarrassing, and you don't do that on the grounds. I don't even need to say where, just on the grounds. By the way, we've had plenty of texters that have done it. Not there, but everywhere else. That's for sure.
By the way, that would be like at Notre Dame, standing in front of Touchdown Jesus and peeing in the water.
See, I knew you could at least, like that, though you follow that along, that would be terrible.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah. And you know how
reprehensible.
Well, but you know how bad college students are.
There's no way that's been done.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a Miami fan at one time after if they won there.
The convicts? Is
No, the Miami fans aren't like that.
Aren't like that, bro. I'm appalled.
All right.
I've peed outside at every Miami game I've ever been to.
You know that's happened before, though.
Yeah.
You know someone's done that.
Yeah.
And rival fan, sure. USC or someone like that.
Yeah, probably. All right. So we did get off on a tangent, having fun. We were talking about the USAM, who fully admitted that he took a leak in Rage Creek at Augusta, which is, I'm sure, Fred, is it Fred Ridley? I'm trying to think of the
Augusta guy.
Yeah, the chairman. I believe that's his name, but I'm sure the chairman did not take kindly to that bit of news getting out. All right, so looking at the leaderboard.
Fred Ridley.
Ridley, yeah. Rory just wrapped up. Was at the very least able to claw his way back into contention. He's just a couple shots off the lead, so that's good news for him. And we'll see how the rest of this leaderboard stacks up as the day goes along. Hideki Matsuyama, one of the guys, is trying to make the climb in the second round.
How about Couples hitting a 191-yard
Wasn't
eagle?
it awesome? And he had never eagled the 14th before, and here he is, 65 years of age.
Right.
From 191 yards out, which was just extraordinary. And he made a big putt early to start. And like we said, he was just high-fiving and just enjoying everybody around him. It was awesome. It really was. We'll see how the rest of it goes as we get closer and closer to the cut line. Right now, I want to say it's 2 over par. It might have moved a little bit. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. All right, so let's get back to what we were talking about just as far as the draft is concerned. But Big Search, do you have a third quarter score?
I do.
Okay, give it to us. Clemson.
End of the third quarter score. Yeah. We're going into the fourth quarter now.
Okay, 2016 Clemson versus 2013 FSU.
Where's the game being played, by the way? What field?
Neutral ground.
Neutral ground. All right.
Yeah. So the score, we got Florida State up 34-24 going into the fourth.
Ooh.
Really? Really?
Clemson's kind of hanging in there.
Yeah, they are. They had some weapons. You start taking a
Within
look.
striking distance.
And by the way, they were involved in a lot of back and forth games like that. The 42-35, 35-31, 42-43. So they're used to taking punches and then landing punches. So we'll see whether or not they can do it. All right, so we were just talking about the bigs, and by the time they get to Friday night, the luxury of an extra third-round pick, you got 4. Like, what I almost don't care what order they're in as long as they land potential starters or absolute contributors by the time you get to Friday night. That's how I'm looking at it.
So the first picks in the first, second, third rounds you want. I mean, for me, I want starters. All 4 of those guys.
But what I'm saying is, I don't care what order they come in.
Yeah, I'm probably all right with that.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking at a minimum, 2 of the 4 have to be starters. The 5th pick overall, yes. Probably the next guy you go get, 36 overall, yes. Although we know that we haven't seen enough of that around.
I mean, you're going offense or defensive line. That's 2. You need a corner. You need a receiver. I think all 4 of them better be starters.
Yeah, very likely it could be. Jarian Jones and whomever else they get would be both third-round draft picks and competing for that job. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, we were talking. I mean, I think you can get a corner in the third round that gives you a chance to play. You know, it just depends. I mean, I think you're right. I think they need a defensive lineman, an offensive lineman, a corner, and a receiver. And I don't know if it's those first 4 picks. I don't know, but I know that they need those things for sure.
I mean, first of all, I already know the answer. This team is in no position for luxury. We got to go after needs. But if there's a couple, would you be upset if somewhere in the second round somebody falls that eventually this is supposed to fall and we go get them? I mean, there's those type of scenarios always through the draft.
Yeah, right.
I mean, do you go after a guy or do you stick to needs? Can you go after luxuries of the position this team is in?
See, to me, that's why when I talked the other day, and I've got it here, right here, I've got like 2, 4, 6, 8.
Which bucket
10.
is it?
What's that?
Which bucket is it?
I don't know what bucket, but it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've got about 12 guys that if I was grading, I would grade those guys as first-round picks.
Okay.
Is
that as deep as you go?
Yeah. No, well, yes. Then different positions.
Right.
So my whole feeling is that if not all 12 of those guys will go in the first round, there's a chance that one of those guys is going to be there in the second round. And if that's the case and you have them graded as one of those picks, you take them. That's how I look at it.
So I'm thinking like 2 years ago. Remember 2 years ago where Jared Verse was falling? All right, and everybody was like, we're going to get this guy. And we got BTJ, right? Well, who did we end up getting? BTJ, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but we was in a position where Jared Verse could have taken him. I'm saying that I'm not. Listen, BTJ was an outstanding pick now, but I'm saying at that particular time during the draft where Jared Verse was falling.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only reason you wouldn't go with that is because you're expecting the contract guy, Josh Hines Allen.
Right, the guy you just threw 190 million at.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't go draft that same position, and you got Trayvon Walker in his third year, a number 1 pick. I get it. It would have been. It's kind of like it's the question we have about Abdul Carter. If Abdul is to fall to 5, are you going to go snag him?
Yeah.
It's going to be hard not to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jared Verse, I mean, we've been saying that this team they needed a 3-man rotation as far as defensive ends go. I'm just saying Jared Verse. I was sitting there saying, we got the chance to take Jared Verse. You take him.
And by the way, I had 14. I have 14, not 12.
Okay.
Yeah, but
which is right on what you usually are. You usually say like 16, 14 to 16.
18,
somewhere
at
mid-round.
the most.
Yeah.
At the most.
And then don't you, and I don't know whether you have these numbers right now, but 18 to 40?
Yeah.
The 18th best prospect to the 40th best prospect is about the same.
There's very little wiggle room, right?
Yeah, if you're grading a guy, and whatever your grading system is, but let's say the second round is an 80.3.
Okay.
Well, you might have 7 guys at 80.3. Well, then you'll have 5 other guys at 80.2. Well, what's the difference between 80.2
Exactly.
and 80.3? And then you have a bunch that'll be 80.1. Those are the guys that are 19 through whatever. They're very close. That's when you start looking at need.
So
and
then
some of that
position
stuff.
takes over.
Yeah, position. You
Like the
Or you just overdraft, which is what they did twice last year.
Or when you say position, it's not necessarily just need.
Mm-hmm.
It's an overdraft. If let's say you got 3 pass rushers, but you got a guy up there that you feel is pretty darn close to a first round guy,
Mason Smith,
you might take him in that.
They definitely reached on Mason Smith.
Jari
That
and
was
Jones.
just, I don't think they really reached Jari in 3rd round.
Yes.
Well,
he got him 6th or 7th round.
I don't agree with that.
That's what his projection was last year.
He was projected mid round, 4th round, and they
You
got
want to go check those projections again, bro.
I'm just saying they got contributions out of him.
All right, I'm very big on him not throwing away a guy after 1 year.
Right.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
But he looked lost for most of the year.
I'm with this guy right here.
Yeah,
I'm not that excited about Jerry.
He throws the question mark up on everything. It's easy.
No, I'm not. I don't want to file away a guy after 1 year. All I'm saying is he did not look good last year for majority of the year.
The Jarian decision versus the Mason Smith decision, night and day. Mason Smith was a reckless pick, 48th overall.
Yeah.
They still need that interior defensive line question answered, and that's why we're right back at it. But and we may be back at it with the cornerback, but I would not give up on Jari.
Also on our podcast, the thing I said about Jerry and Jones is it's Jerry and Jones.
Yeah.
He has the thing I like about him is he has the traits. He didn't show that. He's a rookie. He was not ready for what they threw him into.
Thrown into the fire.
But
what are they calling it, Coach? Onboarding. Is that what they were saying, Joe? Onboarding.
Yeah, but he has the traits that they talk about all the time. He's tough.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of speed.
I agree.
He's smart.
Yeah, I'm a
all
fan.
those
I'm a
things.
fan.
He was a good college player too.
You're talking about development.
All right,
see if they can develop him.
Back up to Augusta. We will head there for a leaderboard update on this note from one of our texters. He held the rope. This texter says, I held the rope for Sergio Garcia to come into the woods on 18 at Augusta last year. Maybe it's a Spanish thing. You may be right, amigo.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. A loaded leaderboard developing here in the 2nd round. Justin Rose is on top and in the clubhouse, but he might have company soon.
From above the hole, Bryson makes a couple of rehearsals and now steps in. Bryson with one last look at the hole. Putter back and through on its way, expecting it to break from right to left, and it does, and that's a fist pump and another fist pump, and Bryson's back to 7 under par, one behind Justin Rose.
Double fist pump from Bryson DeChambeau warranted. Birdies are awfully rare at 17, called Nandina. Taylor Zarzer had the call there on Sirius XM. DeChambeau is now right in the middle of the fairway at 18. He took less than driver off the tee. Rose in the lead at 8 under. DeChambeau at 7 under. Rory McIlroy surging after his even par 72 on Thursday. He is 6 under through 17 on the green and 2 at 18, hoping to close his round with another birdie. At the moment, he is 2 back, along with Scotty Scheffler and Corey Connors. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Every day when we're on the road, people around us endanger themselves and others by looking at their phones while driving. There's the sneak-a-peeker who darts their eyes between the road and their texts, or the nightlighter who illuminates their car after dark. If that's you, reconsider before you find yourself becoming the fender-benderer, the got-a-ticketer, or worst of all, the driver who killed someone. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Harbor Freight knows time is money, so for our Spring Black Friday sale, we're getting straight to the deals. Right now, you get 35% off jack stands, 56-inch roll caps under $800, and 2,300 PSI electric pressure washers under $190. See? Straight to the point, so you can get straight to the savings. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until April 13th, 2025 while supplies last. Limitations apply.
Flags whipping more at Augusta National. Gusts of 23 miles per hour from the west. Dark gray clouds in the distance. Small chance for showers late this afternoon. We check the NHTSA leaderboard. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA. Justin Rose at 8 under par. Bryson DeChambeau 1 back at -7. Rory McIlroy and Corey Connors at 6 under. And Scottie Scheffler has his first bogey of the tournament. It comes at number 7. He was bogey free through 24 holes. Scheffler now 5 under, 3 back, along with Shane Lowry and Matt McCarty. At 4 under, Rasmus Højgaard, Victor Hovland, Ludwig Oberg, Harris English, and Jason Day. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL, brought to you by San Jose Collision.
It's an exciting weekend coming up for Gator football as the annual Orange and Blue game is going down in the Swamp this Saturday, with coverage of the game airing at 1 on 10:10 a.m. As DJ Lagway's been limited in spring practice all camp, he will not be throwing on Saturday as Billy Napier has ruled him out for the game. Get one more look at your Gators as they wrap up spring ball this Saturday at 1 in the Swamp.
Hey Jacksonville, Don from Taco Lou here. Spring has sprung, the temps are rising, and the summer is on the way. In our world, that can only mean one thing. Cinco is coming. Yes, the day everyone gets their taco fix and margarita fix. It could possibly be the best Monday of the year this year. If you're sitting at your desk on a Monday thinking no tacos for me, well, think again. We wouldn't let a big day like Cinco de Mayo slip by just because it's a Monday. Skip work or get the day off. But come and celebrate with us at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach. Maybe take Tuesday off. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Best Bet is number 1. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 11, 1965, at the 29th U.S. Masters Tournament, Jack Nicklaus wins the second of his 6 Masters titles, beating Gary Player and Arnold Palmer by a record 9 strokes.
Enhance your home with Renew by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, get $300 off all windows or $825 off patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires April 30th. Renew by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Parents, now is the time to sign your kids up for the best basketball league in the 904. Tommy Houlihan's Summer Beaches Basketball League. Season starts in June, and games will be played in the St. Paul's Gym. Go to TommyHoulihanBasketball.com for all the info.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. Showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that Sean Watson did come roaring back, but Florida State's defense was able to hold serve, so they didn't win the game. 43-37, Florida State.
So Florida State 2013 defeats Clemson 2016.
Yes.
I'm going to take a look on X.
Knowles advance.
You guys can go to X and you can have the fan vote as far as how this comes out. But Leon has got them winning.
And Florida State's running away with it on X as well, which was expected.
Yeah.
I think the better team won today, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a shock.
Not much, though. That Clemson team is pretty good.
All right, so jump in there on that one. All you got to do is go to X and then take a look at the Searcy Sweet 16, the mythical matchups, 2013 Florida State versus 2016 Clemson.
Let's get Monday's game real quick before I give you my takeaway. What's Monday's game, Leon?
Okay, let me pull it up here, dear sir.
All right.
Go ahead.
So my takeaway is I want 4 starters. And I know we brought this up in the last segment. But to me, if you've got a first round or second round and 2/3, all 4 of those guys got to be starters. All 4 of them, because they need impact players right now on this team.
They have lots of needs.
There's no, and I know Dave said he's heard that the idea is they might take the best guy available, and that's, like you said, more of a now and the future. They need now, right now.
But and the only thing I can hope, and I'm sure all Duval would agree, is that let this leadership basically show their plan to play right away, like you're describing, and then develop for the future. Don't forget about that long-term plan. But if you go back to Balky, he was operating on a 1/5 success rate. 1 out of his first 5 draft picks.
Right. Well, that's kind of my point.
And they were the no-brainer picks.
Right.
1 out of 5. That's awful.
Right. So my thing is, I've been, the whole joke with me has been guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine them getting, like you said, anywhere in those 4 picks. I would love them to get 2 guards, okay? Because I think the guards are terrible, and I'm not sold on Makari. I know you are. Clearly they are. I'm not sold on.
He's
him,
a starter. The other guys.
So no, I know he's a starter. There's no doubt about that. My thing is, if they want to take Ted McMillan at 5, take him. If you think he's going to make your offense better, he's going to make Trevor Lawrence better, take him, and then get an offensive lineman next. In the second round.
That's what
get an
I was
offensive
asking
lineman
you
in the third round.
Like, in what order? It doesn't have to be in any order.
Right.
It doesn't.
Right.
I don't believe.
If Ted McMillan's there and you think, okay, if we have BTJ and we have Ted McMillan on the outside, we're going to cause problems for people, then do it.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. That's my takeaway. My takeaway is the same as everybody else's. They have to get a couple of big men. However they do it, they have to get some that have a chance to come in and compete this year and win a starting job, in my opinion, in those first 4.
Right.
I agree with that. I also agree that if they think that, and a perfect example is Travis Hunter. If Travis Hunter slipped down to number 5, I don't have any problem if they think the corner coming in is going to be the other corner away on the other side.
Right.
Take him.
Yeah.
And it would be the same thing if they think Will Johnson is that.
Right.
I don't know that they do because of the injury factor, but it doesn't matter how they take him. That's why I always say whether the guy's the number 1 pick or the 7th pick, what's important is, does that guy come in and play and be good?
Yeah, and let's
That's
be honest.
That's the bottom line. I don't
Right.
say, well, I compare him to this guy and that guy. Does he come in, make your team better, and play? That's it.
Let's also be a little intellectually honest here. Travis Hunter can come in and be their best corner.
Well, he walks in as a starter.
Right.
No, I mean, he's better than Tyson Campbell's. He's their best corner.
And the other thing is, I look at a guy, I always use this example, Larry Brown. Okay, Larry Brown comes in. He's a 12th round pick. Did we miss on some guys?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. If a 12th round pick guy could come in and start after 4 games,
you missed.
We missed.
Yeah.
So it's not an exact science, but the bottom line is Larry Brown played 5 years for the Cowboys and 3 Super Bowls. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Where you pick them doesn't matter.
Yeah, and move them up and turn them into starters and then turn them into perennial starters. And there have been too many guys that have been plugged in as starters because they didn't have anything else.
That's right.
But if you stick and stay, that means you're good.
But Coach, also Larry Brown was 12th round pick, but coached very well to be the starter of the Cowboys.
Yeah,
someone coached.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just saying. Let's be real about it. Let's be real.
Because we were talking on the Campo and Joe Stream show that Coach got a hold of Rasheed Mathis and said, "You do X, X, and X." When he was coaching the secondary here in Jacksonville under Jack Del Rio, you helped turn Rasheed Mathis into a Pro Bowler. That's as simple as it gets.
That's what they have to do with Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion. You have to look at him and have the hard conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what your weaknesses are. We're going to do everything we can to eliminate those weaknesses.
Right.
If you do that, you will be a top-ranked quarterback in the league.
And there's no getting away from better player and better coach.
Yep.
Has to take both of them.
It's a
have to
combination.
happen. It will always be that way.
Yep.
And I love this texture that pointed out Jarian Jones. Last season, we were arguing about whether he was good or not. Jarian Jones last season was one of 5 NFL cornerbacks to allow 0 touchdowns. That's pretty good. So when he was out there, especially when he made that play inside the 5 against Darnold, that was an unbelievable play. And so he has potential and promise.
Right.
Now, coach him harder, coach him better, get a better group around him on that side of the ball.
No question.
And see where he ends up. But I do think there's potential there. And Travis Hunter will push Tyson Campbell in a big way if that were to happen, if he were to fall here. And, yeah, he's got to prove that he could be that dynamic guy on this level that he was in the college game. We'll find out whether he can be that or not. All right, real quick, JJ, if you don't mind, the ukulele, please. I got to get this in before this week is done, okay?
Let's go!
Oh, I love the ukulele. Let's go from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Oh, with a delicious Mexican lager.
Lele.
It's a ukulele. And it's a delicious Mexican lager. Found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life, anchors up. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm going to make Frank be part of this.
No, he's not part of this.
No.
The 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
We're merging everything at the same time. We
Yeah.
got to go really fast.
Okay, we're going to go fast. I'm going to talk fast.
So now, Todd Golden, with his trip to the national championship game against Kelvin Sampson, it was the largest age gap between head coaches at a national championship game. Don't give it away right away, Frank. Let's see if Matt can get this one. But what was the largest age gap between 2 coaches before in the Natty?
Gosh, I don't know. I have no idea. And you're asking an old guy that we don't have good memories anymore.
All right, so Matt, you think you tell me what's coming up, and then you get your guess.
Herrick.
I'm going to say Boeheim and
who did you go, Matt?
Billy and Jim Herrick.
Oh, those are all. That's good.
Was he coaching UCLA when they beat them?
No. Well, it's just age range or not.
That was Ben. That was a no.
No idea. Who you got?
Okay. Jim Calhoun and Brad Stevens.
Oh, okay. How about that?
68 and 31. All right. What do you got coming up?
Pete Prisco's coming on today. We're going to talk NFL. Hacker and I are going to preview spring games. We're going to talk all about that coming up on the program today as well. And I didn't realize this. Everyone knows Florida's the only team to win 3-3. Mm-hmm. Do you know who the only other team is? Have 3-2? Have multiple?
Is it Michigan? No, it's not Michigan.
Ohio State, isn't it?
Yeah.
Neither one. All around. The only other team, Michigan State. We'll talk all about that and how people get there. That's all coming up. Thanks, guys.
Sounds good. We are done. We appreciate all of y'all. Florida Home AC Friday. Coach, thank you for hanging out with us.
You bet.
Leon, give us the game on Monday real fast.
Game on Monday is Georgia 2021 against Miami 87.
Beautiful.
Oh, boy, I love those 87s.
Looking forward to it. All right, we are out. Florida Home AC Friday. JJ, great job. We got the Francis Show coming up.
And I'm like, I really need to pee. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to snake here in the river.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL.